Yo, what's going on, guys? I normally don't go this extreme, but in this specific instance, I do have to go a little extreme here, guys. I do think that Jeremy Lefebvre should delete his YouTube channel. I think his YouTube channel needs to go. He's caused so much damage. He's hurt so many people. And this isn't going to be a yelling and screaming video. This is just going to be a video with 100% pure and absolute facts. You can't dispute it. You can't deny it. Even Jeremy Lefebvre's fanboys cannot deny what I'm about to say in this video, okay? So most of you guys know, let me put the screen record on, because basically Everything Money made a video about Jeremy. You can actually see it right here. And they absolutely went in on him. They hammered him. Paul actually went in on him worse than I do. He literally called him a scammer, a moron, said he should go to jail, all this other stuff, which I'm not going to say that that's not true. I mean, if you think about it, some of the stuff that these YouTubers have done, they're kind of running criminal organizations here. And that's part of the reason why I say that Jeremy Lefebvre should delete his channel. Because honestly, you kind of got a criminal organization that you're running here, in my personal opinion. I mean, just think about it, right? You have a stock course that basically says, like, if you call Jeremy Lefebvre, right? And I've done this before myself. You know, I didn't record it, but I've actually done this before. If you call Jeremy's, okay, let me tell you guys a full story. When you apply for Jeremy's Financial Fortress, you fill out an application, you put your phone number, email, all that crap. And what happens is one of his representatives that works for his company, I guess, calls you. And when they call you, they do everything they can to try and get you into his Financial Fortress. I can't remember what the cost was. It was something insane, something expensive. But they basically promise that you're going to get anywhere from a 30 to 35% return annually in the stock market by being a part of Financial Fortress and taking Jeremy's stock picks. This is what makes it so criminal, right? Let me show you guys something. Because I'm telling you guys, I can attest that actually happens, because I actually called Jeremy's Financial Fortress before, and that is what I was told, that I would get 30%. Now, let's actually go ahead and look at Jeremy's stocks. This is what makes it so criminal here, because the guy says, I can get you 30%, join my Financial Fortress, which, by the way, guys, that's his real business. You know, it's not YouTube. YouTube is a business. He's making like $50,000 a month on YouTube or something like that. But that Financial Fortress that's the real business. That's what it always is for all of these YouTubers, right? But anyway, let's look at Jeremy's stocks, because this is the main key. The same guy who's telling you, I can get you 30% returns in the stock market, is the exact same guy where every single stock he has called is down an insane amount. So first, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to look at the SP 500. The SP 500 is my number one largest holding. I hold an SP 500 index fund. As a matter of fact, it's this one right here. I hold the Vanguard S&P 500 index fund called VOO. That's what I hold. That is my largest holding. That is what most of my net worth is tied in. And this is just me going from personal experience. On average, and not even on average, just 99% of all investors on average are not going to beat the S&P 500. Very few investors do that. Now, here's the key that I want you guys to understand. This is how you get tricked by these YouTubers. Everybody can have a good year in investing. It can happen. You can have a good year like 2021 where you beat the market. You can. It can happen. But when we talk about a long period of time, this is what a lot of investors don't know. A lot of newbies don't know this. When you start to factor in the fact that the market goes through periods where it's flat, it has bear markets, it underperforms, different things like that, that's where you start to get to a period where, you know, if you can truly perform well in the stock market in those types of environments, then you really are a genius. But just because you had one good year in the stock market in 2021 because stocks only went up and Tesla freaking 3x doesn't make you a good investor. As a matter of fact, this is what I always tell people like Jeremy. It doesn't matter, especially to all these scammers. It doesn't matter if you have one good year, right? If you can beat the S&P 500 in a matter of 5 years, in a matter of 10 years, in a matter of 20 years, that's where you're a genius. But what have we found? Just 1 year later. So it's only been like 2 years, right? Like just in a matter of just 2 years, these people have significantly underperformed the S&P 500. What do I mean? Well, let's look. My largest holding, which is the S&P 500, you can see right here is down 19% year to date. Now, you guys know I've often preached on this channel that I believe in holding the S&P 500 over everything. Now, I do own some individual stocks, don't get me wrong, and those stocks are down in fairness. But This is the reason why Warren Buffett and many others, including myself, think that the best thing for the average investor to do who doesn't have hours and hours per day to read everything when doing research on an individual stock, it's honestly just best to buy the SP 500 and chill. Now let's go to Jeremy stocks. So you can see that the SP 500 is down 19% year to date, right? Let's look at Jeremy stocks. Planet 13 Fitness, down 59%. Very Good Food Company, down 66%. Remember, this is year to date. If I go to the 1 year, now we're at 99. Now we're at 91%. You see what I'm saying? If I go to Very Good Food Company and I go to the 1 year, 91%. See what I'm saying? Like it's really bad out here. Tattoo Chef down 57% year to date, down 67% in the past year. We go to the Honest Company. This is another Jeremy stock, down 59%, down 78% in the past year. We go over to Smile Direct Club, down 56%, down 87% in the past year. And oh my Lord Jesus, Voyager Digital is down 97% year to date. Holy freaking moly. So this is why Jeremy should delete his channel, right? You have a YouTube channel based on helping people make money, talking about stocks and different things like that. But the reason why Jeremy should delete his channel is because he's just downright hurting people. I mean, seriously, you guys should see my emails on all the people who lost money following these people. Like, it is absolutely disgusting. But the reason why Jeremy should delete his channel is because can anybody think of one good stock he's ever picked? He's never in his life picked one good stock. Never. Like I said, even the idiots like Meet Kevin and stuff, I give Meet Kevin his credit. Enphase is one heck of a company. That was a great stock pick. I've invested in Enphase before. I can't think of one stock Jeremy has ever in his life invested in and made good money on. Now, I know Jeremy talks about, he's talked about like Facebook and PayPal here and there, but let's stick to his core stocks because that's not one of his core stocks. He probably just threw that in there so he wouldn't look as bad because all of his stocks have been down so much. Let's focus on the stocks that he has continually made videos on. He has so many videos on Voyager Digital, Smile Direct Club, Honest Company, Tattoo Chef, Oatly, Very Good Food Company, Planet 13 Fitness, which are all down anywhere from 57 to 67% year to date and 91% from the last year. Like, that is just absolutely despicable and disgusting. It's unfortunate that somebody has such a huge following and they're so dumb, they're so stupid, they're so unknowledgeable, they know so little about stocks, but you're able to grift your followers and harm them. And so for me personally, I think Jeremy Lefebvre should get rid of his YouTube channel. It needs to go. It needs to go. And I actually do agree with Paul and Everything Money. I think Jeremy does need some type of SEC investigation, and I do think that the guy's a criminal. That's just my honest opinion. I'm sorry. I can't say it any other way. I know some of you guys who follow me actually do like Jeremy. I just don't know why. I get that he shows his losses and he's trying to come off as the humble guy. Oh, nobody ever shows their portfolio or losses, but I do. And you got to keep in mind, the guy has a private and a public account. So he's not being 100% honest with you either. I mean, you have a private account. It's easy to make a public account with all your YouTube grift money and show your losses because you're making so much money from grifting your followers. But if you look at that private account, I wonder how that looks, And it's just unfortunate, the absolute devastation and the damage that Jeremy Lefebvre has done to people. I mean, like I said, judge some of these YouTubers on their performance. Like, look at all of his stocks. He doesn't have not one stock that has performed well. Not one. Not one. All of his stocks are trash. But it's funny because in 2021, this guy was one of the kings of the bull market because Voyager Digital went from like $5, like $25 and whatever else happened to all these other hype stocks. But like I said, this is what I told you guys. Having a good performance in 1 year means nothing. You guys often know, I've said this many times on this channel, I 12x my money in a cryptocurrency called Cardano. But look at Cardano now. Cardano's down like 80-something% now, or something crazy like that. Like, it's down really, really bad. This further reinforces my point, guys, that anybody can have a lucky year. Anybody can have a great year in the stock market. That doesn't mean you're a good stock picker. Can you beat the S&P 500 in a matter of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? If you could beat the S&P 500 in those years when the market goes bear, when recessions hit, when black swan events happen, if you can still beat the S&P 500 in those environments, that's where you become a genius. But making a whole bunch of money from a bunch of worthless, terrible stocks with bad financials that are unprofitable in a bull market where the Fed is literally just pumping money into the markets like crazy doesn't make you a genius. And unfortunately, Jeremy Lefebvre got caught up in that, and he's just done more harm than good, to be honest with you. You know, he's just not a good person. He's not a good YouTuber. He's not a good stock picker. He's not a good investor. There is nothing about Jeremy Lefebvre with financial education that's good. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything. I still have never seen him fully research a stock. He never brings up financials. All he does is this blah, blah, blah talk and just brings up the PE ratio all the time. There's never really any genuine due diligence on a stock, and I don't even think he really knows how to do genuine due diligence on a stock. But like I said, guys, this guy has done so much harm to investors. I really think he should just delete his channel and just go away. Just go away, dude. You're harming people. You've harmed people for so long, and get rid of that stupid Financial Fortress course or whatever it is that you have where you're promising people 30% returns. I'm sorry, but the SEC needs to investigate that. The SEC needs to look into that, because that is dangerous to tell people they're going to get 30% returns when on average, the average investor gets from buying the S&P 500 gets on average an 8 to 12% return annually. And you're promising people 30% and you have no track record to back that up. Now, I know he showed a portfolio before where he was up 200% in the last 5 years. I know, but you got to keep in mind, he also was a very early investor in Tesla, and he YOLO'd into it and he got lucky. This is what I told you. The dangers of following people like Jeremy and Cathie Wood, sure, they could get one lucky stock. But when you look at Cathie Wood's track record, right, she's known for picking Tesla and getting that right. But look at the rest of Cathie Wood's stocks. How has that been going? Terrible. Why? Because Cathie Wood is not a good stock picker. Jeremy YOLO'd into Tesla and it went well for him. He made a lot of money from Tesla. Congratulations. But when you look at the rest of Jeremy's stock picks, how does that look? Terrible. What does that tell me? These people are not good stock pickers. Just because you pick one stock that 20x's doesn't mean that you're a good stock picker. Can you beat the S&P 500 on a yearly basis? Can you beat it in a matter of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? No, they can't, because a lot of the times, many of these stock pickers on YouTube are frauds. And Jeremy Lefebvre is a fraud, scammer, loser, grifter. And I do agree with Paul with everything money. I think the SEC does need to look into him. So anyway, there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.